Here we are with Grandma Margaret Lamont, and she is going to share with us the secret to her homemade pie crust, so we will forever have it. Grandma, before we begin, a couple questions. How long have you been making pies?
About 74 years.
74 years of pie making. And have you honed your technique? Have you changed it over the years, or has it been the same?
When I started out, I had a terrible time getting the crust moist enough that it would stick together, and it would crumble and fall apart when I tried to put it in the pan. But I finally got the right texture to it.
How many years did it take? Because I've had similar problems.
Probably 20 years.
Well, good. Then that's about how long I have been having the same issue. So, who taught you how to make pies in the very beginning?
I taught myself. My mother was an excellent pie maker, but she didn't teach me how.
Isn't that funny? Because I learned the same way, but now I am honing my technique. So hopefully we will be able to pass some of it on. Here we have the two bowls ready for the strawberry and the rhubarb. Of course, the filling is not what we're focusing on, but we are making a strawberry rhubarb pie, so. Grandma, what is your favorite pie? How long does it take to make a good lemon meringue? Because meringue always seems a little intimidating.
It doesn't take very long.
I guess how long does it take to learn? How many trials?
Oh. I'm still learning on meringue. Meringue still leaps for me.
Who was the best pie maker in town that made the best meringue? Yeah, like in Caledonia.
Oh,
no one held the title?
No, we didn't compare. We used to make them for the church suppers, but...
And no one compared?
No.
Everyone just knew yours was the best.
Not really. We want to use 3 times as much flour as shortening. So we use 3 cups of flour.
Okay. I know Martha Stewart, she uses butter, all butter in her pie crust. And although it makes a beautiful crust, what is your opinion of using all butter?
I think nothing beats lard. Lard makes it light and flaky. No, I wouldn't use butter. 3 almost a teaspoon of salt. So I use half lard and half Crisco. And it'll be 1 cupful.
Now, this lard is kept at room temperature as well as the Crisco.
Mm-hmm.
Where so many times you read you're supposed to chill it.
Well, you put in cold water. But, room temperature so that it's firm.
Because frankly, when I've chilled it, I've had that breaking problem where the crust will break.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 full cup of a mixture of Crisco and lard.
Mm-hmm.
Half and half, or are you eyeballing it?
I like a little more lard than Crisco.
Interesting. What is your...
Some people use all lard. It's all right too.
What is your opinion of using butter-flavored Crisco?
I don't know. I haven't tried it, but I
You-
don't know what it tastes like.
You wouldn't be beyond using butter flavored Crisco though.
No, good. We work this in. I use my hands. Some people use a couple of knives or a pie crust cutter or a cutter.
A pastry cutter.
But it's good using your hands. And it takes a while.
We're going to go through this whole process because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is often the key right here. Getting at the right consistency.
Yeah. You work it until it's the size of small peas.
That's always been the gold standard, the size of small peas. But honestly, sometimes I've had big chunks in my pie crust, Grandma, and they have not been the size of small peas.
Well, you didn't work it enough. It takes a while.
I'm always afraid of overworking it.
Not right at this stage.
Okay, because there's
Not
always...
until you get the water. Now we're getting there. See how it's getting?
I do. Okay, now we're ready for the ice water.
You add that gradually. Tablespoon at a time.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now, do you always add 4 no matter what and then go from there? Or is it because I know today's a humid day, but we are in the air conditioning.
I think it's almost going to be enough. I'm going to just add it gradually. 3 or 4 tablespoons.
So 3 or 4. Now we're doing 5. Now we're doing 6. With an ice cube.
Yeah.
Ice cubes don't matter.
No.
Okay. Oh, now we're up to 7, 8 tablespoons. And by tablespoons, we mean this, which is this a tablespoon?
Mm-hmm. All right. Now we can write it in half.
Okay, so at this point, it's still pretty separated. Although it's clotting together, and now it will definitely stick into a ball when we separate it. A lot of different rolling out techniques, but the Silpat really seems to do the trick for you.
Also.
What are some other things if someone wants to do this and they don't have a Silpat, which by the way we decided is almost essential, but
Just a wooden breadboard, well floured.
now some people nowadays, a lot of people have granite countertops. What's your opinion of doing it right on the granite?
It would work.
Now tell us about the pressure you're using on this, because I think that's the key.
Yeah, kind of a light pressure. Now I'm going to put it into the pan. Okay.
All right, well this is where the magic happens. It's okay if it's not perfect on there because
We trim it.
it gets trimmed.
All right, now we'll do crust with a cup one. But we'll make the top crust first.
I think we did 2 cups of sugar, 1/3 cup flour.
Right. And it has to be mixed good so you don't get lumps of sugar in it.
Obviously, the important thing is the crust. We can use any kind of filling here. So what is that you're putting on there now, Grandma?
Butter.
A tablespoon and a half of butter
For flavor.
for flavor. Now, if you don't put that in, I'm sure that that is one of the keys to making it taste very rich.
Uh-huh.
If you had to make an estimate, Grandma, how many pies have you made in your lifetime? Let's go by year. About how many pies a year do you think you made?
Well, you know, I worked at Lane's.
Oh.
I made a lot of them there.
So that might skew the results, although that is part of what you've made.
Yeah.
Let's say we leave off Lane's. On a normal year, how many pies do you think you made?
Oh, if I made 2 a week.
So if you do 100 pies in a year, what did you figure?
60 years.
Oh my goodness.
That's from 30 to 90. Age 30 to 90.
So 6,000 pies.
6. Not 6,000.
60 times 100
6,000.
is 6,000 pies. So now the pies are in the oven. And what is the temperature?
425. 15 minutes.
425 for 15 minutes.
Then I turn it down to 350 for 35 minutes.
All right, we'll wait.
Tasty. Tasty.
All right, here's the end product. We have our 2 pies. Here's our end pie. We hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. And thanks to Grandma, Great-Grandma, Mother, Margaret Lamont for her wisdom and pie-making tips. Daphne, how do you like the pies? Are they wonderful?